Here we have the current stock market update for Mara Holdings Incorporated, stock ticker MARA. Before we begin with today's chart analysis, if you find these educational materials to be helpful in your trading, please remember to click the like and subscribe buttons and leave your thoughts below in the comments section so that other traders will be able to find this information more easily on the platform. So as we can see here, this is a 2-hour price chart. Each candle on this time frame represents a 2-hour trading period. And what we can see here is that share prices have seen some fairly impressive recent gains, followed by a bit of a pullback here and a bit of a turnaround at these somewhat elevated levels. So in this video, we will be looking at some of these important price zones, some important support and resistance levels, so that hopefully traders can develop some profitable trading strategies for this stock going forward. So as we can see here, if we sort of move in a bit on this time frame, we can see that share prices have posted some near-term highs coming in at $18.24. This is a fairly significant move higher because we have started to see some breaks of resistance, I should say. Breaks of resistance, which came in right around the 1660 level. So that would be roughly this region here. So this is a significant price break here because we were starting to roll over a bit and even form some new lower lows on the shorter term timeframes. So the fact that the share prices were able to move upward here is significant. It is a fairly strong turnaround here. And if we're looking at this time frame specifically, we can see that share prices did actually manage to break above the entire exponential moving average cluster. However, with these recent movements lower, we're actually trading back below it once again. So there is a lot of two-way price action that's occurring at the moment. So what we're going to be doing here is looking at some near-term price levels after we just briefly sort of take an assessment of the longer-term view here first. So, this recent break to the top side, break above 1660, this was an important price move to the top side because, this near-term resistance level at 1824 didn't quite reach the prior resistance zone, which comes in right around 1883. This level is also significant because, as we can see here, this is the 38.2% Fibonacci retracement of the major declining move from 2730 all the way down to 1317. So if we're looking at these, this total price movement here, the 38.2% Fibonacci retracement zone comes in contact right with this prior resistance zone, which developed during the August 26 trading session. So this is a very critical level to the top side. We didn't exactly see a share price level test near this area. We came, we were around 60 cents away from here. So this does suggest that there's still some level, some room to the top side before we retest this level. And I guess the real question here at this point is whether or not the stock remains a buy at current levels. So what I would want to do to sort of make that assessment, I don't really want to remove this prior Fibonacci study here because this 38.2% Fib retracement area, this orange zone here, is very important and it is not yet broken. So I don't really want to remove that. So at the risk of making this look difficult to read, what I really do want to do here is sort of take an assessment of this price zone here. We can sort of move this over a bit. So, what we're looking at currently here, is a near-term low that comes in at 1497. Currently where we're finding support here is a bit of a bounce here off of this new 38.2% Fibonacci retracement area, which can be found here. So, this is also important because as we can see here, there's a lot of moving average activity coming into contact right with this area, as well as this 38.2% Fib zone, Fibonacci retracement zone. So, as we can see here, if we sort of move in, prices are starting to grind through here a bit. Ideally, if you're long this stock, what you would want to see would be for a share price break back in this direction. You would like to see this area hold because we do have several moving averages here, at least two that are important. And then in addition to that, you also have this 38.2% Fibonacci retracement zone right in this area. So this is right around 1620. We have seen share price movements below there. The current low is 1608. So we can sort of point that out here, 1608. sort of the near-term low. But what you really want to see here is for share prices to avoid closing below this orange line here. So that still hasn't happened yet. We have seen a bit of a spike low here, but share prices have not really closed below there. So if that were to occur, you would see the body of this candle closing below this orange line. So that hasn't happened yet. Ideally, what you would like to see here would be a bit of a bounce here, not, for share prices to not close below this level, and then for share prices to start to bounce again out of this region again. If you do see that, then you would have to start to look initially back at this 1824 level. That would be the first resistance, sort of more of a minor resistance. And then if share prices are able to break above there, really what you're looking at then would be this 1883 resistance zone that coincides with the broader 38.2% fib zone. So we really do have two different readings here, sort of two different trend wave movements. One is to the downside, one is to the top side. But we are coming into contact with that 38.2% Fibonacci retracement zone in both cases. So we're sort of looking at that area in both areas here. If we do see, more downside movement here, further extension below 1620, the next area that you really do need to watch does come in right around $15 per share, because that is an old low here from this would be September 20. And then which would be 1497. And then in addition to that, right in the same area, you have this 618 retracement of this uptrend move here. So that would really be this price movement here. So as I said, the first movement is to the downside. The second movement is to the top side. So these are going to be kind of mirror images, reverse Fibonacci retracement type of zones here. They're both moving in opposite directions. But the main idea here is that more recently, if you do break below 1620 with a sustained move below there, the next level that you're really watching for here is roughly $15 per share. I don't really think that's a terrible area to buy the stock, to be completely honest. There is a lot of negative selling pressure that's being focused on the stock at this point. But at that point, I think that you're really looking at, about $2 in downside here. So, your downside here is becoming somewhat limited at that point. Doesn't mean that you can't see a break below there. You absolutely could see a break below 13. But, the risk to reward ratio is starting to look somewhat favorable here, back toward that $15 mark. Because as I said, there's a historical support zone there, as well as this 61.8% Fibonacci retracement zone. So those are matching up almost exactly. So here's the current stock market update for Mara Holdings Incorporated, stock ticker MARA. Our high-value trading strategies membership is currently available for a limited time for only $9.99 per month. These high-conviction investment strategies are characterized by superior risk-to-reward metrics that target massive, market-beating returns over time. Join now to outperform the market. Lock in this special introductory rate of just $9.99 per month for the entire lifetime of your membership and start trading stocks with the pros.